Inside your head is a hidden chamber split by a septum. What if awakening happens here? A rupture within, where duality ends and hidden wisdom floods in. And yes, consciousness has a location. You can actually sense it from inside your skull. Consciousness is where you are aware from. It's like the invisible place you perceive the world from, your inner vantage point. And it's a specific location. Let's consider how to determine where that location is. We can think, or we can feel, sense. When we think, there is no direction involved. We don't know where the thought is. It just occurs, condenses. When we think, the thought arises from a mixture of brain activity, breath, and subtle body sensations. What was the thought you just had? What's the next one? It just formed, didn't it? It doesn't have an exact location. So thoughts don't really help us understand where consciousness lies. When we sense, though, there is a direction. Externally, we may see something or hear something and know where it came from. Internally, we might feel something, an emotion, sensation, or pain, and know where it originates. But whether or not you realize it at this point, you are aware of it from somewhere. Try scratching your knee like you have an itch there. Then sit back and feel that scratched knee. Where are you feeling it from? You feel the scratch at the knee. That's awareness. But where are you being aware from? Does it feel like it might stem from inside your head? It's much easier to consider this when feeling or sensing rather than thinking. But to be able to sense, you have to be able to get out of your busy thinking mind, and that takes practice. I have other videos that show you how to do that, such as this one here. Now I know it may seem strange, but we can actually become aware inside of our head. Really. Hi! If we haven't met yet, my name is Hince. Because of many years of inner and shadow work, my skull bones have shifted into more alignment, and I've even grown close to an inch in my 50s. This happened because I developed abilities that I didn't even know existed. I can sense inside my body, what ancient mystics might call an open inner or third eye. And just as we can all focus on a point outside of us, I can focus on a point inside of me with awareness that's like a laser beam. It cuts through adhesions in my connective tissue, strand by strand. The experience and understanding from this journey is what I share here. Please ask any questions in the comments, and welcome. We can develop the ability to sense inside our head. I know this because I have developed this ability. It's what's called an open inner or third eye, and it's much more practical than mystics want you to believe. Because I can sense inside my head, I can tell where I and you are sensing from. It's like you can focus on a spot outside here with your eyes. I can focus on a spot inside my head with my inner eye. But where exactly is the inner eye? The seat of consciousness. Where am I seeing from? At this point, it's a little fuzzy. I can tell the location in 3D space, but not the exact structure. That's part of this process. As we release tension around an area, we can see it more clearly. I know this place is behind my nose and slightly below my eyes. It's less than halfway back in my head. This place, the seat of consciousness, is, I believe, the last place where tension will be fully released. Since I know the general location in 3D space and clues left in ancient texts, I'm about 95% sure that this place corresponds to the sphenoid sinus within the body of the sphenoid bone, the keystone bone holding the rest of the skull together. This location isn't just structural, it's symbolic, spiritual, and steeped in ancient wisdom. Now, Rene Descartes famously suggested the idea that the pineal gland was the seat of consciousness because it was the only unpaired structure in the brain. He thought it could mediate between the soul and the body. Modern neuroscience doesn't support that though. Today, the pineal gland is understood mainly as regulating circadian rhythms through melatonin. Still, the idea has lingered in spiritual traditions. The sphenoid sinus is not unpaired. It has a septum dividing it into 2 or more chambers. And it doesn't need to be unpaired when you consider duality in mystical teachings. 2 rooms coming together in unity. Let's look at 3 ways ancient texts illustrate duality and its unification. Mark 16 verse 19 says, "So then the Lord Jesus was taken up into heaven and sat at the right hand of God." Here, God is on the left and Jesus is on the right, like 2 chambers divided by a wall. But what if that wall could rupture? Could the rapture happen inside instead of in the sky? 2 becoming 1, the end of duality, the start of unity. The Gospel of Thomas is a collection of sayings attributed to Jesus, emphasizing inner knowledge and awakening. While often read symbolically, the teachings can also reflect literal processes of inner alignment, like those I've experienced in my skull and connective tissue. One saying puts it plainly: when you make the 2 one, you will become children of the living Father. This aligns with the sphenoid sinus as the seat of consciousness, where Jesus and God reside side by side, and where Jesus becomes the Son of God, a child of the living Father. The Emerald Tablets of Thoth, attributed to the Egyptian sage Thoth, describing the path to higher understanding. They speak of hidden chambers and secret passages, accessible only to the worthy. In your head, the sphenoid sinus mirrors this design. 1 chamber split by a wall. What if that wall isn't just anatomical, but the final barrier between inner and outer awareness? When it ruptures, the 2 become 1. And like Thoth, you gain understanding of the secrets of the universe, mastery over duality, energy, and the hidden laws of creation. There are many names for this hidden seat of consciousness, and I believe they all point to the same place. To learn more about this inner sanctuary and the path towards accessing it, watch my Hidden Sanctuary video. Please hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel to help others find it, and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when I post a new video. Thanks for watching.